From Brownsville High School, it's time for boys high school basketball action here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and YouTube Live this afternoon as the Brownsville Falcons 4-14 overall, 2-6 out of Section 4. 3A play coached by Rob Ramsey hosts the Frazier Commodores. The Commodores 4-15 overall, 2-10 out of Section 1 2A play. Zach Kiefer, the head coach of the Frazier Commodores. Brian Morozak along with you. Carl Childs behind the camera. Our pregame show, as always, being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They'll get you ready for the game. They're located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. Our live video stream courtesy of Zen's Construction Warehouse in Uniontown Detailing. Our graphic sponsor, South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott. Frazier battling Brownsville in front of the Brownsville student body this afternoon. A great opportunity for Brownsville students who might not normally have a chance to see their school's basketball team in action get a chance to see a game in the middle of the day. And the Falcons still in the hunt for a WPIAL playoff spot. They will play Charleroi tomorrow. If they knock off the Cougars, they'll be tied for the fourth and final playoff spot in the conference. Some players to watch this afternoon on the Frazier side. Dalen McManus, a 6'2 senior guard, averaging 11.8 points a game. And number one, Colby Stewart, only a freshman at 6'4", averages 10.9 points and 7.6 rebounds a game. On the Brownsville side, their leading scorer, Jaden Praster, number 3, a 5'6 senior guard, averaging 14 points and 5 rebounds a game. Should be a lot of fun this afternoon. The Brownsville Falcons hosting the Frazier Commodores in front of the Brownsville student body here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day on WMBS. Where can you go these days and have your gas pumped for you, oil checked and windshield cleaned? Joby's Golf, that's where. Joby's Golf is conveniently located at the corner of Fayette and Beeson Boulevard. Joby's Golf is fast, friendly, and a full-service gas station that has been serving the Uniontown area for more than 50 years. Joby's Golf offers lockout service, a fenced-in storage lot, and as a AAA 24-hour car and light truck towing service. You can give them a call at 724-438-0681. You can find more snuggle time this winter. Be prepared for the cold with the help of First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. With a home improvement loan, home equity loan, or home equity line of credit, you can finally upgrade that old furnace, take care of that leaking roof, or replace those outdated floors. Keep the cold out and the warm and cozy in your home this winter. Visit a loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729. So just about set to go here this afternoon. The Brownsville Falcons and the Frazier Commodores. And good to see some old friends back on the Frazier side. Zach Kiefer, the head coach, his dad, Tim, an assist. Remember them from back in the Frazier football days when they spent some time coaching the Commodores and also spent some time coaching the Carlo University men's basketball team as well when they used to take on Penn State Fayette on a regular basis on some of our broadcasts here on WMBS. Of course, Rob Ramsey, Harlan Davis, Greg Johnson, and Cody Castor, the coaches on the Brownsville side, and we'll now step aside for the national anthem. Brownsville student body set to go, and so are the Brownsville Falcons taking on the Frazier Commodores. Set our starting lineups to be brought to you by SWGI Specialists. Now, U.S. Digestive Health at Uniontown, a different name but the same team, providing the same exceptional digestive care to our communities and wishing the best of luck to our Fayette County schools. On the Brownsville side, again, they're 4-14 overall, 2-6 in conference play. They'll start at guard. 5'11" sophomore, averaging 11 points a game, number 0, Maxime Judina. At guard, a 5'6" junior, averaging 14 points and 5 assists per game, number 3, Jaden Praster. At forward, a 6'3" junior, averaging 8 points and 8 rebounds a game, number 4, Caden Wimmer. Also at forward, a 6'3" junior, averaging 8 points and 6.5 rebounds a game, number 5, Cameron Phillips. And rounding out the starting lineup at guard, a 5'11" freshman, averaging 5 points a game, number 20, Silas Patterson. On the Frazier side, they'll start at forward, a 6'4" freshman, averaging 10 points and 8 rebounds a game, number 1, Colby Stewart. At guard, a 6'2" senior, averaging close to 12 points a game, number 3, Dalen McManus. Also at guard, a 6'3" senior, averaging 5 points a game, number 4, Trey Whitehead. At forward, a 6'5" sophomore, averaging 5 points and 7 rebounds a game, number 13, Brant Alexson. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Frazier Commodores, at guard, a 5'9" senior, averaging 8 points a game, number 23, Colin Higbee. So it's Higbee, Alexson, Whitehead, McManus, and Stewart. On the Frazier side, Judina, Praster, Wimmer, Phillips, and Patterson on the Brownsville side. So the Brownsville Falcons and the Frazier Commodores. Nice to have you along with us for a Monday afternoon of high school boys basketball action here on the WMBS YouTube page. The Commodores ducked out in their away reds with white numbers and black trim. Their bench across the court to our left. Frazier in the home whites, black numbers, gold trim, and their bench across the court to our right. Officials here today, Pat Lyon, Bill Beener, and Elliot Adamovich. Again, Brian Morozak, Carl Childs behind the camera. Nice to have you along with us for high school basketball action, as the Commodores will have in the center circle to take their opening tip-off, number 1, Colby Stewart. Stewart to jump against Caden Wimmer. On the Brownsville side, as Pat Lyon steps into the center circle, ball in the air, and the opening tap goes back to the Brownsville Falcons, and Maxime Judina will bring it across, and we'll pull it back there to Jaden Praster. Again, Praster, the leading scorer for Brownsville, now will hold here, edge of the zone. Over on the far side, Judina, back to Praster. Near wing now to Cameron Phillips. Little dump down to Caden Wimmer. Wimmer a little spin and shoot out in front. And gets that 2 to go for the opening 2 points of the game. Caden Wimmer putting Brownsville on top of Frazier 2-0. Now the Commodores will work out of their own zone with Dalen McManus. Near side to Colin Higbee. Fronted there by Praster. Higbee now dances top of the key. Back to Colby Stewart. Again, Stewart very impressive. Only a freshman. Nice little pass down low and the floater out in front. Good there for Dalen McManus to tie this game up at 2. 7:08 left here in the opening quarter. Judina, floater, baseline near side, no good there for Brownsville. Frazier with a rebound, pulled down by Colby Stewart. He'll pull up on the far side and then bring it across, where he's met by Brownsville's Caden Wimmer, and the Falcons able to force the turnover. Judina coming back, and he'll scoop it up. Shot won't drop, deflected out of bounds, and it will be Frazier basketball. So 6:48 left here in the opening quarter. Brownsville and Frazier knotted up at 2. Caden Wimmer, a bucket for the Brownsville Falcons, and Dalen McManus, a deuce for the Frazier Commodores. As Colin Higbee will bring it across here for Frazier. Leaving him open on the outside. He won't shoot the 3, but Colby Stewart will, and he's off the mark there. Commodores getting an offensive rebound. Reloading baseline far side miss there from Brant Alexson, but it's cleaned up down low by Colby Stewart. It's the first 2 of the game for Stewart, and Frazier on top 4-2. Brownsville coming back. Scoop shot no good there. Cameron Phillips. And Frazier out of the pack with it. Colin Higbee coming back. Higbee out in front. Will bounce it out to the wing to Whitehead. Back up top. Brant Alexson misses there on a 3. Offensive rebound. Colin Higbee keeping it alive. Back near side McManus. McManus no look feed off to his right to Higbee again. Higbee shot with the left hand no good. Brownsville with the rebound, brought down by another freshman there, and Silas Patterson wearing number 20. They'll bring it back across here to Jaden Praster. Praster touch there from Patterson, and back to Praster again. Praster operating here high on the left. Brownsville the basketball down 4-2. 5:38 left here in the opening quarter. A little feeling out process now for the Falcons here in the Commodore zone. Praster working right to the lane, trying to pull it out in front there to Caden Wimmer. Got deflected down, and Frazier on the basketball. Trey Whitehead trying to come forward, deflected out there by Maxime Judina. And it'll be Frazier basketball here in the Brownsville zone. Commodores send it in there to Colby Stewart. Stewart rotating out to the wing. Might have been a travel, not called. Over to Brant Allison up top. And now Stewart again. Bounce pass coming free near side. And sending it up and in, Conlon Higbee. Second bucket for Higbee. And now Frazier on top of Brownsville 6-2. Here at the 5:03 mark of the first. And Brownsville going back to work and losing the handle out of bounds there is Judina. And Frazier will get it back. They're trying to correct the scoreboard. It was showing 6-6, and now they have it right at 6-2. Commodores over the Falcons. Again, Frazier playing out of Section 1 and 2A. Brownsville out of Section 4 and 3A. Brownsville, a big game coming up tomorrow against Charlotte. If they get a win there, right back in the hunt for a playoff spot. In fact, would tie the Charlotte Cougars for the final playoff spot in the conference. Higbee missed on a three there for Frazier, and coming back, a travel called on Brownsville's Jaden Praster. So Frazier getting it back again, leading 6-2. 4:35 left here in the first. And Dalen McManus now out of his own zone here for the Commodores. McManus, no-look feed, down again to Higbee. Higbee was trapped, got out of it. Resetting up top, Colby Stewart. Good ball movement back over to Higbee in the corner. Rotates up to the wing. Thought about a long two. Go back inside as Stewart had it poked away. And Silas Patterson on it there for Brownsville. Patterson off to his left and getting blocked there is Judina. Ball comes free. Commodores find it. And Trey Whitehead bouncing it forward again to Higbee, who leans on the inside. Shot attempt won't drop, but Higbee found in the process. And he'll have two free throws upcoming here for the Frazier Commodores. So Frazier leading by 4 at 6-2. 4:03 left here in the opening quarter. And Colin Higbee heading to the free throw line, the 5'9" senior guard. Frazier's best free throw shooter at 83%, 19 of 23. Entering this game, knocks down the first of two. It's 3 points for Higbee here in the opening quarter for Frazier. Now Higbee ready for a second of two as Silas Patterson checked out on the Brownsville side. And Higbee a rare miss there at the free throw line, but an offensive rebound brought down by Stewart, but he stepped on the far baseline, so it'll be Brownsville basketball. We mentioned Patterson checking out on the Brownsville side, checking in, number 35, Preston Rosado for the first time, 5'7" senior guard. And another quick deflection remaining. Brownsville basketball here in the Frazier zone, but Frazier a 5-point lead over Brownsville at 7-2 here at the 3:51 mark of the opening quarter. Preston Rosado near side to Xavier Vargas, also a new entry in for the Commodores. Dumping it down to Caden Wimmer. Back out again to Rosado for three off the back iron. No good. Offensive rebound brought down, put back up, but a miss from Wimmer there off the glass. Trying to keep it alive. There was Xavier Vargas, but he goes crashing into the Frazier bench. The Commodores will get it back, leading Brownsville 7-2 here at the 3:35 mark of the first. And Brian Morozak along with you. Carl Childs behind the camera. We appreciate you joining us for a Monday afternoon of high school basketball. Believe it or not, actually our second Monday afternoon broadcast of the year between Christmas and New Year's. We brought you the Laurel Highlands West Allegheny game that was played on a Monday afternoon as well. So Frazier trying to set it up there with Higbee. A little switch back with Colby Stewart. Commodores the basketball on a 5-point lead as Stewart drives. Shot with the left hand, no good. But he was fouled there by Brownsville's Caden Wimmer. So for Wimmer, that'll be his first personal foul, second team foul. It's in Colby Stewart to the free throw line. Stewart coming in, 29 of 60 from the foul line, 48%. First of two here up on the way and no good. Now Stewart for a second of two. This one on the way, and again, no good. So two misses in the foul line there for Stewart. Frazier's a team now 1 of 4 from the free throw line. And Brownsville going back to work. Quick three. Praster no good off the front of the rim. Frazier, another rebound brought down by Dalen McManus, trying to send it off to Stewart. Stewart able to pull it down, trying to reset there on the far block. Double team. We'll get a jump ball called. And the possession arrow will favor Frazier here in the Brownsville zone. And Frazier's going to take a timeout. So with 2:55 left here in the opening quarter, it's a 7-2 lead for Frazier over Brownsville. In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there is something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and commitment to putting families first, and they're not stopping anytime soon. Their commitment to excellence in sales and service remains stronger than ever. You can visit Mike Kelly Toyota today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference, because when you buy from Mike Kelly, you buy from family. Also, Uniontown Dental Associates, led by Drs. Jonathan Krisner, Jennifer Hart, Jocelyn Bolitsky, and Dr. Kareem Shahama, offers a full range of dental services. Same-day crowns, a convenient solution. You can visit Uniontown Dental Associates or give them a call at 724-438-0241. And Colby Stewart getting another quick two there right after the timeout and off the inbounds pass. But Brownsville now on top of Frazier 9-2 here at the 2:42 mark of the opening quarter. So the homestanding Falcons in front of their student body, down 7 here early on. 3 from the far wing, coming up short there, Judina. On the Brownsville side, Frazier coming back, McManus driving, that's a charge. So Dalen McManus calling for the offensive foul. And Brownsville will get it back down 7 at 9-2 here at the 2:26 mark of the opening quarter. And the Falcons will go back to work with Jaden Praster bringing it across on the far side, floating it off to his left. Xavier Vargas in traffic. Back in the corner, Judina for 3, well off the mark. Battle for the rebound and kept alive there by Preston Rosado. Back to Praster, looking to drive. Dump off, far block, shot attempt no good there, Cameron Phillips. And Judin, another offensive rebound, able to pull it back there to Xavier Vargas. Going back in, trying to slice between defenders there is Phillips, another miss. So Brownsville getting about 4 cracks at it there on that possession, but coming up empty. And Frazier getting it back now, leading by 7 at 9-2 with 1:45 left here in the opening quarter. Brant Allison pulling it back up top to Angelo Nichols, who just checked into the game. So Frazier going to their bench as well. Trey Whitehead now on it, switching back there with Allison again. A little mini weave up top in the hands of Nichols again. And then down baseline far side, a travel call there on Trey Whitehead. So Brownsville will trigger it in. The only 2 points for Brownsville scored so far, courtesy of Caden Wimmer. And Brownsville trying to work out of a 7-point deficit with 1:20 left here in the opening quarter. Xavier Vargas bouncing it there to Cameron Phillips off on the baseline far side. Handoff from Rosado back to Phillips. And a foul called underneath. See if they rule this here in the act. I thought it should be on the floor. I think they called that on McManus. That'll be his second. And they do call this in the act. So Cameron Phillips, the 6'3 junior forward, who came in averaging 8 points and 6.5 rebounds a game, will shoot 2 here for Brownsville. So Phillips taking his time with 1:11 left here in the opening quarter. First of 2 free throws good for Cameron Phillips. Most of the Brownsville students actually here on the near side. As Frazier checks in Dylan Krukowski into the game. Krukowski replacing Brant Allison. Now the second of 2 free throws here for Phillips on the Brownsville side, up on the way, and good. So Phillips now has Brownsville back to within 5 of Frazier, 9-4 here at the 1:11 mark of the opening quarter. The Commodores' Dalen McManus working out of their own zone. McManus tried to set it in there to Krukowski, got deflected away and then saved there by Nichols. And good ball movement off to Colby Stewart, who missed there from point-blank range on the Frazier side. battle for the loose ball rebound. We'll get a foul called here on Frazier. It'll go on Stewart. That'll be his first. Third team foul. And Brownsville will get it back. As Judina brings it back across, playing catch there with Xavier Vargas, dumping it off to Caden Wimmer. Trapp trying to get out of it. And we get a touch off there to Preston Rosado. And now Brownsville resetting here in the Frazier zone. Will mini weave up top. Phillips far side. Vargas dumped down underneath and getting fouled there, Caden Wimmer. That will be in the act. And Wimmer will have a pair of free throws upcoming. Again, 9-4. Frazier leading Brownsville. 28 seconds left here in the opening quarter. We couldn't get our normal score hub that we have for all of our games to be compatible with the scoreboard here at Brownsville High School. First of two free throws good there from Caden Wimmer. So apologize for not having the time and score on the bottom of the screen, but it is Frazier 9, Brownsville 5 after the first of two free throws was good, but a miss on the second there from Wimmer. And after the tie-up, another jump ball called, and this possession arrow going to Brownsville. Maxime Judina will trigger it in. Judina high feed, brought down up top there by Cameron Phillips, over to Wimmer. Shot attempt there was off the glass, no good. Frazier the rebound, brought back across Dalen McManus. McManus on the near wing, kicks it in the far corner. Stewart, three on the way from the freshman, rattling out. Brownsville's Xavier Vargas bringing down the rebound. Down to 8 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Vargas into the forecourt, off far wing. Cameron Phillips drains the three as time expires here in the opening quarter. So Brownsville, a nice little fight back there late in the opening quarter, getting that three from Phillips to pull them back to within one of Frazier at 9-8. So it's a 1-point lead for Frazier over Brownsville here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day. And since 1976, Davis & Davis has represented people, not insurance companies. Their lawyers have experience in litigating or settling personal injury claims, medical malpractice cases, and wrongful death actions, together with domestic, real estate, workers' compensation, municipal law experience. And throughout decades of work, Davis & Davis has successfully represented thousands of cases in local, state, and federal courts. Davis & Davis, proud supporter of Brownsville Athletics. For more information, you can give them a call at 724-437-2799. The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community. They treat sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. For more information, you can give them a call at 724-437-7500. The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, relief is closer than you think. So getting ready to start the second quarter here at Brownsville High School in front of the Brownsville student body on a Monday afternoon. It's the Frazier Commodores leading the Brownsville Falcons 9-8. Cameron Phillips with 5, Caden Wimmer with 3 on the Brownsville side. Conlon Higbee with 3, Dalen McManus with 2, and Colby Stewart with 4 on the Frazier side. The Commodores will trigger it in here to start the second quarter. Nice little handoff on the drive. McManus couldn't get it to go. Stewart the offensive rebound, keeping it alive here for the Commodores. Stewart here between the circles. A little dribble up there that just got a bit out of control, and Frazier finds it. They'll break back and take the lead on the Judina basket. First two of the game for the sophomore came in averaging 11 points a game. And Brownsville now with a 10-9 lead over Frazier. Here at the 7:32 mark of the second quarter. Frazier coming back with a floater, no good. McManus. Stewart the offensive rebound, keeping it alive there for the Commodores. But he'll lose the handle there to Cameron Phillips. Odd man break coming back here for the Commodores. Patterson off to his right in the finish from Jaden Praster. First two of the game for Praster. And Coach Zach Kiefer has seen enough. He's going to take his second timeout. So a surge here from Brownsville has the Falcons leading the Commodores at 12-9 here at the 7:14 mark of the second quarter. Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. It stays put until you change your car, driver, or your address, plus seriously good service. So that's something to smile about. Your local Erie agent, Uniontown and Rostraver Township, is the Sprouse Insurance Group. You can give them a call at 724-437-9812 or go to SprouseInsurance.com. Again, 12-9, Brownsville over Frazier. Commodores have taken 2 timeouts already. 7:14 left here before halftime. And our first of 2 here on WMBS on this Monday. Coming up later on tonight, it's Geibel girls basketball against Monessen. That game both on the WMBS Facebook page and on the radio. Our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show will start at 6:15 with the opening tip-off set for 7 o'clock. Conlon Higbee here for Frazier. Touch out to Stewart. Over to McManus. Now in the corner again is Higbee. Higbee trying to come baseline near side. Contact there with Praster. Sends it off there to Wimmer. Back down low to Stewart with a finish. So Stewart now with 6 freshmen playing well. And Frazier back to within 1 of Brownsville, now 12-11. With 6:35 left before halftime. Juden a lob near side. Praster from the foul line. Bouncing it off in traffic and getting the 2 to go. Caden Wimmer. Pretty move there from Wimmer. He has 5. The Brownsville lead back up to 3 now at 14-11 with 6:20 left before halftime. Frazier resetting again here with Higbee. Near side, Alexson. Back down to Higbee. A little hop step, couldn't finish. And Judina out of the pack with it there again for Brownsville. Judina coming forward, right down the lane, going coast to coast with a 2. So a couple of field goals here from Judina on the Brownsville side. Falcons now up 5 at 16-11. 5:50 left before halftime. Deep 3. McManus banking it in from the far wing. Dalen McManus now with 5. Second made 3 on the Frazier side. Commodores back to within 2 at 16-14. 5:35 left before halftime. Competitive game here at Brownsville High School on a Monday afternoon in front of the Brownsville student body. Out of the corner, Phillips. Phillips little hop step. He gets blocked there by Brant Alexson. And now Frazier back on the basketball. Here's Trey Whitehead up top. Whitehead handing off, cutting there is McManus. Lost the handle, no foul called. McManus thought he was mugged. Brownsville has the loose basketball and getting fouled on the drive back there is Jaden Praster, and Praster will have 2 free throws upcoming. So Praster so far, just 1 field goal came in, averaging 14 points and 5 assists per game. And talking to Brownsville head coach Rob Ramsey, tells me his team nickname is Peanut. And he'll miss the first of 2 free throws here for Brownsville. And probably due to his size, not very big at 5'6", but certainly has been very effective so far this season for the Brownsville Falcons. The Brownsville lead at 2. Second of 2 free throws good to make that lead now at 3 for Brownsville over Frazier at 17-14. 5 minutes left before halftime. Trey Whitehead back across. Near side of Conlon Higbee. Higbee rotating back between the circles. Off to his right again to Brant Alexson. Now a touch from Trey Whitehead. Whitehead looking for his first points of the afternoon from the elbow. Back again to Alexson, bouncing it into Stewart, fighting for positioning, floating it up, shot won't drop. Offensive rebound on the backside, Higbee got blocked. Third attempt on the possession, good there from Colby Stewart, making it look easy. So Stewart now with 8. And the Commodores back to within 1 of the Falcons at 17-16. 4:18 left before halftime. Jaden Praster, and a foul called here on Frazier. Commodores thought it was a travel there on Praster. So now in shooting. And Judine sending it in. Try a little bounce pass there from Praster, intended for Patterson, knocked away by the Commodores. Stewart coming back, sending it off to his left, and McManus foul there on the drive. Shot attempt no good. But McManus will have a pair of free throws upcoming here for Frazier. An opportunity to tie this game now for the Commodores. McManus came in 57% from the free throw line, knocks down his first of 2 here. 6 points so far this afternoon now for Dalen McManus. McManus was trying to attempt a second of 2 free throws. It was good, but obviously won't count. Now this one will count, and it's on the way and no good. So McManus victimized by the horn there. This game tied at 17 as we go under 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Judene having it knocked away. And Frazier finding the loose ball and maybe a frustration foul there on Silas Patterson in the backcourts on the Brownsville side. And Frazier will trigger it in with Dalen McManus. Now with a 5-second call or timeout. And timeout was taken there. Or maybe not. Frazier, or check that, Brownsville was trying to sub in Giovanni Michoud. And officials weren't letting him in. And I think Rob Ramsey making sure Michoud was at the right position on the court. Now as I'm ready to go, but can't check in here. As Brownsville defensively going man-to-man with 3:42 left in the second quarter in this game. Tied at 17. Stewart floater no good there for Frazier. Silas Patterson backside rebound. Sending it up to Judene. Near wing now Praster. 3 on the way. In and out. And Frazier with a rebound. Pulled down by Dalen McManus. Forward to Stewart. Was double teamed and knocked away again by Jaden Praster. Praster running the floor. Praster right down the lane. He got swatted there by Brad Alexson. And Alexson showing some great sportsmanship. It's an air ball there for McManus. Goes out of bounds. And will be Brownsville basketball. With 3, Joe the freshman now able to check in on the Brownsville side. Jaden Praster has it right now. Over to Judene. And back to Praster here high on the left. With Phillips trying to set the screen. Near side Preston Rosado with it. Out again to Praster, driving contact and a foul call there on Frazier. 2:41 left before halftime with this game tied at 17. So far this afternoon. First of 2 free throws here from Praster, up on the way, and no good as that one rattles out. And Praster came in, Brownsville's leading scorer, averaging 14 points and 5 assists per game. Now the second of 2 free throws. Praster taking his time here on the way in good. And time well spent for Jaden Praster. And Brownsville now in the lead at 18-17. And Brownsville shuffling up their lineup. Lorenzo Adams in for the first time, wearing number 1. And Frazier now out of their own zone. Dalen McManus will bring it across. It's been a tight one so far. Brownsville leading by 1 at 18-17. Angelo Nichols also back in on the Brownsville side as a 3-ball on the far side. No good there from Trey Whitehead for Frazier. Jaden Praster pulling down the rebound there for Brownsville. So Praster back across, left of the lane, lost the handle, regains underneath and pulls it back out on the far side. Heads up play there from Praster, edge of the zone. Judene switching back here with Michoud. Giovanni Michoud driving. Wasn't on the same page there as Austin Marshall. Wasn't expecting the no-look pass. And now Frazier resetting here on the near side. Contact on the drive from Whitehead. No foul called. Brownsville finds the loose ball. It's Austin Marshall coming back. Put it off the glass. Shot attempt there, no good. And Frazier with another rebound. So Brownsville still hanging on to a 1-point lead at 18-17. 1:38 left before halftime. Bounce pass from Whitehead down low, coming free for the quick 2 is Dylan Krukowski. So Krukowski, his first 2 off the Frazier bench. And Frazier now back in the lead at 19-18 over Brownsville, and Brownsville's going to take a timeout. So we'll take one as well. 1:21 left before halftime. Frazier 19, Brownsville 18. Here in the CR Piranha Group High School Sports Day. Joe Walkos has been the proud owner of Domes Lawn Care, LLC, since 2021. They are family-owned, family-run. So when it comes to finances, they understand. They're small enough to care, big enough to make a difference. So give Domes Lawn Care a call this spring for all of your lawn care needs, 724-570-1224. They would be proud to have you as a customer. That's Domes Lawn Care, 724-570-1224. Brian Morozak along with Carl Childs here at Brownsville High School. 1:21 left before halftime. Frazier 19, Brownsville 18. Game being played in front of the Brownsville student body on this Monday afternoon. Nice to have you along with us here on the WMBS YouTube page for all of the action. Xavier Vargas now for Brownsville. Back edge of the zone, Jaden Praster. Now Vargas again. Handoff there, Phillips. Now Vargas, a little hop step. Is that a travel? Yes, it is, says Pat Line. And Frazier will get the basketball back. Again, more high school basketball later on tonight. The Geibel girls in action, taking on Menneson. 6:15. Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show, 7 o'clock opening tip-off. I'll be joined by former Albert Gallatin boys head coach Shea Fleener for that game tonight, airing both on the WMBS Facebook page and on the radio as well. Tomorrow, the Uniontown boys take on Laurel Highlands. There's a miss there on the drive from Trey Whitehead. And Brownsville with the rebound. Praster tried to go off to his right there to Silas Patterson, lost the handle. And on the counterattack, Dalen McManus has it knocked away. We'll get a foul called. Rob Ramsey thought it was a carry. So 44 seconds left here in the second quarter. It'll remain Frazier basketball here in the Brownsville zone as Trey Whitehead will trigger it in. Whitehead in the corner to McManus. Back high on the left now on the reset there. A touch from Angelo Nichols. Back to Whitehead. Frazier trying to set up the screen. Whitehead left of the lane, driving and missing there with Judene defending. And now the Falcons come back down one, and a travel call there on Jaden Praster. Things getting a little sloppy here last few possessions. Frazier leading by one at 19-18. And they'll have Dalen McManus working it in here from the Commodore zone. McManus will set it off on the far side there to Trey Whitehead. Back cross court near side to McManus again. Is trapped and back and finally across there to Whitehead. McManus another touch as those two play catch. You had Krukowski trying to set the screen. It was an illegal screen, says Bill Beener on the near side. Offensive foul there on Krukowski. And Brownsville get it back with 9.7 left on the clock here in the second quarter. Colby Stewart back in on the Frazier side. Down to 7 seconds left before halftime. Driving in and scooping it up, but not dropping there for Jaden Praster. Offensive rebound, Phillips missing there on the putback. So Brownsville, a couple of opportunities there late, coming up empty. And we'll head to halftime with Frazier leading Brownsville by a score of 19-18. Stay tuned for our halftime show, being brought to you by the Radcliffe Martin Law Firm. It comes your way next here on the WMBS YouTube page on a Monday afternoon. Frazier 19, Brownsville 18 here on WMBS. Where can you go these days to have your gas pumped for you? Oil checked, windshield cleaned? Joby's Golf, that's where. Joby's Golf is conveniently located at the corner of Fayette Street and Beeson Boulevard. Joby's Golf is a fast, friendly, and full-service gas station that has been serving the Uniontown area for more than 50 years. Joby's Golf offers lockout services, a fenced-in storage lot, and is a AAA 24-hour car and light truck towing service. Give them a call at 724-438-0681. Find more snuggle time this winter and be prepared for the cold with the help of First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. With a home improvement loan, a home equity loan, or home equity line of credit, you can finally upgrade that old furnace, take care of that leaking roof, or replace those outdated floors. Keep the cold out and the warm and cozy in your home this winter. Visit a loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729. So back here at halftime at Brownsville High School, it's Frazier 19, Brownsville 18. Get our halftime show being brought to you by the Radcliffe Martin Law Firm. And now time for our halftime stats. And as always, they're brought to you by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. And we'll start on the Brownsville side, where Maxime Judene has 4. Jaden Praster with 4. Praster also 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Caden Wimmer with 5. And Cameron Phillips with 5. Brownsville 8 in the first, 10 in the second for 18 here at the half. On the Frazier side, Colby Stewart with 8. Dalen McManus with 6. Conlon Higby with 3. And Dylan Krukowski with 2. Frazier 9 in the first, 10 in the second for 19 here at the breaks. That's your halftime score. Frazier 19 and Brownsville 18 here on WMBS. Uniontown Dental Associates, led by Doctors Jonathan Krisner, Jennifer Haar, Jocelyn Belitsky, and Dr. Kareem Shahama, offers a full range of dental services. Same-day crowns are a convenient solution for those needing immediate care. One of the many services they offer, whether you need aligners to discreetly straighten teeth, a permanent fix for missing teeth with implants or restorative options, they have you covered. You can visit them at 7829 National Pike or give them a call at 724-438-0241 to schedule your appointment. Experience top quality care with a personal touch. Uniontown Dental Associates, where your smile is their priority. And hard work, respecting others, and being a good team member are values that South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott knows well, whether he's running a machine, repairing storm drains, operating a plow truck, or working with his fellow supervisors on economic growth. Jason Scott is working every day to keep residents safe, maintain the strength of our local businesses, and enhance the quality of life in South Union Township for our families and our future. Good luck to all of our local teams with South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott. Again, here at halftime, it's Frazier 19, Brownsville 18. Brian Morozak along with Carl Childs. We'll take a quick break and then be back with the third quarter in about 6.5 minutes. Again, Frazier leading by 1 at 19-18 over Brownsville here on the WMBS YouTube page. If you're wondering why everybody's getting up and moving, they actually moved the entire student body from the side that's closest to us over to the far side for the second half. So if you were tuning in and wonder why everybody's running across the court, that's why. Again, we're still about 5.5 minutes away from the start of the third quarter. Frazier 19, Brownsville 18 here on the WMBS YouTube page. Brian Rozak and Carl Childs back here at Brownsville High School. Just about ready to start the third quarter. Frazier leading Brownsville by a score of 19-18. And we appreciate you joining us for Monday afternoon of high school basketball. Brownsville will work left to right as we describe it here to start the third quarter. And they'll send it into Jaden Praster. We'll bring it back across. They actually switched the Brownsville students out to the far side and actually had a nice little picture taken with the whole student body there on the far side watching the basketball team here this afternoon at halftime. That's why the pictures might look a little bit different here in the second half with all the students off on the far side. The Jaden Praster up top. It'll switch back there with Cameron Phillips. Touch now from Silas Patterson. Now Xavier Vargas between defenders. Baseline Patterson, long two, came up short. Rebound pulled down by Frazier's Trey Whitehead. So Frazier the basketball in a 1-point lead and a high feed over the head of Conlon Higbee and out. And it'll be Falcon basketball again as they trail by one. So low scoring first half. Again, Brownsville led by Caden Wimmer and Cameron Phillips, 5 points apiece. Dalen McManus, Frazier's leading scorer, with 6. And also check that, Colby Stewart with 8 and McManus with 6. Those have been the two top point producers on the Commodore side. Xavier Vargas watched there by McManus. Coming near side, lost the dribble. Stewart picked him up, switches back with Patterson, and Patterson stripped. And now Frazier in transition, laying it up and in Colby Stewart. So Stewart, the first player on either team to reach double figures now with 10. And the Frazier lead up to 3 over Brownsville, 21-18. Floater coming back, no good there from Brownsville's Jaden Praster. Frazier the rebound. Dalen McManus will bring it across on the far side. Xavier Vargas there defending. McManus dancing around there on the Commodore side. The feed down low, brought down by Brant Alexson, who leans and misses. Stewart the offensive rebound. Missed on the putback. Frazier trying to get a third look on the possession, and they will. As Brant Alexson hauls it down over to Stewart. Stewart back on the inside, another miss. And McManus getting another look there for Frazier after looking like Brownsville might get a rebound. So Frazier now trying to get their fourth shot on this possession. And down low, driving there was Trey Whitehead, and Whitehead getting fouled underneath by Brownsville's Cameron Phillips. It's the first on Phillips and the first team foul of the third quarter on Brownsville. First of 2 free throws, good for Trey Whitehead, his first point of the afternoon. Whitehead came in 64% from the free throw line, 28 of 44. Second of 2 free throws short off the front of the rim, and Brownsville with the rebound. Xavier Vargas brings it across, was ran into his own teammate there, Cameron Phillips. Then Phillips throws it over to Dalen McManus of Frazier. McManus comes back with a quick 2. It's 8 now for McManus, and Brownsville will take a timeout. So Frazier now taking a 6-point lead, their largest since the opening quarter, at 24-18 over Brownsville. 5:42 left here in the third quarter. In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first, and they're not stopping anytime soon. Their commitment to excellence in sales and service remains stronger than ever. You can visit the Mike Kelly Automotive Group and experience the Mike Kelly difference, because when you buy from the Mike Kelly Automotive family, you buy from family. Get our live video stream today, courtesy of Zen's Construction Warehouse and Uniontown Detailing. Our graphic sponsor is South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott. So Brownsville with the basketball back, 5:38 left here in the third. Frazier leading by 6. Xavier Vargas here for Brownsville. Back between the circles to Jaden Praster. Now Vargas again between defenders. Kicks out far side. Preston Rosado missing there on a 3. And Frazier another rebound. Stewart outlet pass over the head of Dalen McManus and out of bounds, and Frazier will get it back. So Frazier still here for their first points in the third quarter. They trailed, check that, Brownsville still getting their first points in the third quarter. They trailed Frazier 19-18 at halftime, and Frazier now on a little 5-0 mini run to start the third quarter, up 6. And miscommunication again on the Brownsville side. Errant pass from Vargas breaking back for Frazier is Conlon Higbee. And Higbee gets the quick 2. That's now 5 for Higbee. And Frazier increases their lead now to 8 over Brownsville, 26-18. It's the largest lead they've had of this game. And another Brownsville turnover. Touch from Higbee down low to Dalen McManus. McManus another finish. And McManus now in double figures with 10. And that's the Frazier lead right now. 10 points over Brownsville. And another steal here from Higbee. Higbee coming back. It was a 1-on-2. Higbee couldn't finish there, but he draws the foul. And you'll have 2 free throw attempts upcoming here for Conlon Higbee. So Brownsville going cold here to start the third quarter. Still without a basket. 4:27 left in the third. Brian Morozak along with Carl Childs. Nice to have you along with us here on the WMBS YouTube page for high school basketball on this Monday afternoon. Frazier at Brownsville. First of 2 free throws for Higbee. Up on the way in good. Higbee now 2 of 3 from the free throw line this afternoon. He scored 6 points. The Frazier lead now at 11 over Brownsville. And Frazier on a 10-0 run to start this third quarter. Higbee now for a second of 2. On the way in good again for Conlon Higbee. So Higbee 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Now an 11-0 run for Frazier as they lead at 30-18. Brownsville coming back. Praster a drive and a miss. And Brant Alexson another rebound there for Frazier. Alexson fouled in the backcourt there from Praster. That's not where you want to commit an infraction. And now we get another timeout. Be a full timeout. So 4:12 left here in the third. Brownsville now down 12 at 30-18. Hard work, respecting others, and being a good team member. The values that South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott knows well, whether he's running a machine, repairing storm drains, operating a plow truck, or working with his fellow supervisors on economic growth. Jason Scott is working every day to keep residents safe, maintain the strength of our local businesses, and enhance the quality of life in South Union Township for our families and our future. Good luck to all of our local teams with South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott. Dr. Frazier Stokes of U.S. Digestive Health in Uniontown, your local specialist for GI and liver disorders, along with Drs. Calabrese, Hoppy, and Lorenz, remind you that a painless 30-minute colonoscopy every 10 years, beginning at age 45, could save your life. Good luck to all of our local hoops teams from SWGI and U.S. Digestive Health. So 4:12 left here in the third. Frazier still on an 11-0 run, leading Brownsville 30-18. Brownsville student body getting into it there on the far side. Appreciate everybody joining us for this Monday afternoon of high school basketball. Also have to send get well wishes out to our colleague TJ DeStefano, who was scheduled to be with me here this afternoon. Hope to have TJ back in the broadcast booth and on the airwaves again here soon. Here's Dalen McManus for Frazier. McManus here on the near side. Watched there by Praster. Reset back up top, Trey Whitehead. Out again to Higbee. Watched by Judene. Now a 3-second call down low. Call there on Colby Stewart. And with the whole season without that being called, we actually saw it in the Geibel-Greensburg-Salem game on Saturday, and then see it here again this afternoon in this Frazier-Brownsville game. So 3:38 left here in the third. Frazier still in an 11-0 run. Brownsville with the basketball looking for their first points of this third quarter. Jaden Praster into the corner there to Silas Patterson. Bouncing it down to Cameron Phillips in traffic, leaning and missing. Offensive rebound, Patterson got fouled going back up there on the putback attempt. So you'll have 2 free throw attempts here for Silas Patterson as Brownsville looks for their first points of this third quarter. Patterson, 5'11 freshman, came in averaging 5 points a game and gets his first of the afternoon here and snaps the 11-0 Frazier run with a made free throw. And as Brownsville now back to within 11 at 30-19. Second of 2 free throws short there from Patterson. Judene, though, the offensive rebound, sending it back out and swishing in the 3, Jaden Praster. Just the second made 3 for Brownsville this afternoon. Phillips hit one back in the opening quarter. Praster now has 7. And the Brownsville Fans sparked again by a Patterson block there on Colby Stewart on the other side. So now Brownsville only down 8 at 30-22 with 3:04 left here in the third. Stewart on the inside. The leaner good. Colby Stewart, he's tough, only a freshman. This kid going to be a heck of a player. Came in averaging 11 points, close to 8 rebounds a game. Has Frazier back up 10 now, 32-22. 2:49 left here in the third. Phillips up top, lost the handle. Frazier back on it, trying to spin back through center. Higbee able to keep it alive, off to Stewart again between defenders. Put off the glass, no good. Higbee offensive rebound. Got fouled going back up. So Conlon Higbee will head back to the free throw line. He scored 7 already, trying to increase this Frazier lead that stands at 10 over Brownsville, 32-22, with 2:36 left here in the third. So Higbee now, first of 2 free throws, no good as that one rattles out. Lead still at 10 for Frazier. Higbee second of 2, good. So Conlon Higbee, 5 here in the third, 8 for the game on the Frazier side. 33-22. Commodores by 11 over the Falcons with 2:30 left here in the third quarter. Xavier Vargas up top for Brownsville. Feed off on the far elbow. Phillips driving, scooping it up and in. Cameron Phillips. Now with 7 on the Brownsville side. Falcons back to within 9 of Frazier, 33-24. 2:14 left here in the third. Conlon Higbee, uncontested along too far side, rattling out. Brownsville the rebound, brought down by Xavier Vargas. And Vargas some fancy dribble in there. Back through center, got around Stewart, then met by Higbee as the ball goes out of bounds. Off of Higbee going out. Last touch by Frazier will be Brownsville basketball here in the Frazier zone. Silas Patterson will work it back in here to Xavier Vargas. Touch back to Praster, dump down low. Patterson, jumper left of the lane, good for Silas Patterson. His first field goal of the afternoon. Had a made free throw earlier, has 3 points. Brownsville still fighting, down 33-26 with 1:42 left here in the third. Brant Alexson coming back, a block by Patterson, but a foul is going to get called on Silas as well. It'll be a second personal foul. 4th team foul against Brownsville here in the third quarter. It is in the act, so we'll send Brant Alexson to the free throw line. Looking for his first points of the afternoon. Alexson even 50% so far this season from the free throw line, 7 of 14. Misses on the first of 2 here. Alexson is yet to score here this afternoon for Frazier. Now Alexson is second of 2 up on the way and good, so Brant Alexson into the scoring column for the first time today. The Frazier lead back up to 8 over Brownsville, 34-26. 1:34 left here in the third. Xavier Vargas, errant pass intended for Silas Patterson, going out of bounds. And back over to Frazier. Dalen McManus will work it in. Over to Trey Whitehead, just 1 point for Whitehead so far today as well on a made free throw, but he's on it now. Bouncing it down to Stewart, leaning in on Patterson, and Patterson might have partially deflected that shot attempt by Stewart, but Stewart hustling, trying to get it back and tiptoes the near boundary to keep it alive here for the Commodores. And then Patterson throwing it off of Stewart there, and it'll be Brownsville basketball. Tell you what, Silas Patterson giving Brownsville some great minutes here today. Another talented freshman. Both of these schools with some very good underclassmen and very good freshmen in that. You have Stewart again on the Frazier side, Patterson for Brownsville. A couple of good sophomores and juniors as well on these respective teams. Maxime Judene on it right now. Judene bouncing it off over to Patterson, baseline far side. Back out to Jaden Praster again here on the reset. 45 seconds left here in the third quarter. Brownsville still down 8. Patterson in the corner has his 3-ball rattle out. Offensive rebound kept alive there by Xavier Vargas. Vargas pulls it back on the outside. A little ball fake on the 3. And resets back to Praster here high on the left with 34 seconds left in the quarter. Phillips set the screen. They'll go back near side to Judene. And now Praster again. Fronted there by Dalen McManus. Praster driving and getting fouled. Shot attempt no good, and against good sportsmanship there from Brant Alexson and Trey Whitehead, helping Praster to his feet. So Praster will have 2 free throws here for Brownsville. Falcons down 8 at 34-26. 19.9 left here in the third. Praster 2 of 4 so far this afternoon from the free throw line. First of 2 here short out the front of the rim. Dylan Krukowski back in on the Frazier side, replacing Brant Alexson. And now Praster, second of 2 free throws. Up on the way, and good for Jaden Praster. So Praster 4 here in the third, 8 for the game. It's Frazier 34, Brownsville 27 with 19.9 left here in the third. Commodores work it in there to Conlon Higbee. They have to watch the clock down to 15 seconds left here in the third quarter. They have it across on the near side. We'll go down to Stewart. Great pass from Whitehead down to Stewart, and Stewart with the finish. Give him 14 points. Down to 3 seconds left. Brownsville down 9. And Stewart with some pressure in the corner there on Vargas. Vargas throwing it off as Stewart and out. The Brownsville basketball with 1.6 left on the clock here in the quarter. Vargas lobs it back high on the right to Judene, and Judene from way deep can't get it to go. So Brownsville, after falling behind by double figures here in the third quarter, they've fought back to within 9 now, 36-27. Frazier using an 11-0 run to start the third quarter to open up a margin in this game. Now at 36-27. Also, congratulations to Brownsville girls basketball player junior Skylar Gates, who went over 1,000 career points this past Friday against Jefferson Morgan, and Gates can certainly add to that point total next year coming back for her senior season. Since 1976, Davis & Davis has represented people, not insurance companies. Their lawyers have experience in litigating or settling personal injury claims, medical malpractice cases, and wrongful death actions, together with domestic, real estate, workers' compensation, and municipal law experience. Throughout decades of work, Davis & Davis has successfully represented thousands of cases in local, state, and federal courts. For more information on how Davis & Davis can help you, phone 724-437-2799. And the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community. They treat sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, and more. Give them a call at 724-437-7500. So 36-27. Frazier leading Brownsville as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Frazier outscored Brownsville 17-9 in that third quarter to lead by 9. Frazier working right to left as we describe it, starting the fourth quarter with the basketball, and they'll feed it down low and get a quick 2 from Dalen McManus. It's now 12 for McManus. And the Frazier lead up to double figures again at 38-27 over Brownsville with 7:40 left in regulation. Patterson out to Preston Rosado. Missed there from the outside for the Falcons, and Frazier another rebound. Trey Whitehead on the basketball right now. Whitehead pressure there by Xavier Vargas, and the ball goes out of play here on the near side. And it will be Frazier back. Check that. It will be Brownsville basketball as Brownsville trails by 11 at 38-27. And the Falcons, though, cough it up. Ball goes into the hands of Colby Stewart, who scored 14 points in this game. Stewart pulling it out to Dalen McManus. Comes back inside, try to hand off there to Stewart. I think we're getting an offensive foul called here on Frazier. We will. Charge call there on the Commodores. So Brownsville getting it back. But again, trailing now 38-27, an 11-point lead for Frazier. And this might help the cause. Colby Stewart with the steal. Stewart coming back. Big time block by Maxime Judene on the Brownsville side. Judene showing the hops there, only a sophomore. Clean block, no foul called. And Frazier's going to take a timeout here with 6:56 left in the fourth. Frazier 38, Brownsville 27 here in the CR Parada Group High School Sports Day. We had a technical call there. Now we're getting a timeout. Again, we're on the opposite side of the scores table. So either had an intentional foul or technical foul call. Nonetheless, he'll send Jaden Praster to the free throw line. It'll be 2 shots on the ball here for the Falcons, and Praster makes the first of 2 free throws here for the Falcons. Now the second of 2, no good. And Browns will get possession as well. So now 38-28. 6:56 left in the fourth. Maxime Judene will trigger it in here from midcourt. Now we'll get that Frazier timeout we thought we were going to get earlier. So 38-28, Frazier over Brownsville, 6:56 left in regulation. Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. It stays put until you change your car, driver, your address, plus seriously good coverage. And that's something to smile about. Your local Erie agent, Uniontown and Ross Draper Township, is the Sprouse Insurance Group. Give them a call at 724-437-9812 or go to Sprouseinsurance.com. Joe Walkos has been the proud owner of Dome's Lawn Care LLC since 2021. They're family-owned and family-run, so when it comes to finances, they understand. They're small enough to care, big enough to make a difference. So give Dome's Lawn Care a call this spring for all of your lawn care needs. 724-570-1224. They would be proud to have you as a customer. Again, that's Dome's Lawn Care, 724-570-1224. Brian Morozak along with Carl Childs behind the camera. High school basketball action on the WMBS YouTube page on this Monday afternoon. Our first of two on the WMBS platforms today. We'll have the Geibel girls in action coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. That game on the WMBS Facebook page and also on the radio. Shay Fleener will join me for that game tonight. And Carl's going to be behind the camera for us as well later on tonight for Geibel and Monessen from Geibel High School as the Geibel girls look for their 20th win of the season. Brownsville the basketball here. Patterson in the lane. Can't get the shot to drop. Frazier with a rebound. Pulled down there by Brant Alex, who has it knocked away. And Preston Rosado back on it there for Brownsville. Send it back outside the arc to Judene. Down low now to Phillips. Near side Rosado for three. Put it off the back iron. Trey Whitehead the rebound. Baseline far side for Frazier. Deflected out of bounds by Brownsville. The Commodores basketball with 6:21 left here in the fourth. Frazier continuing to hang on to a 10-point lead at 38-28. And the Commodores working in to Trey Whitehead. Trying to bounce it off on the far side. Ball was kicked by Brownsville's Jaden Praster. Now Praster will send it back in. Or check that. McManus will send it back in. Over to Whitehead. Back to McManus. Don't be surprised if the Commodores maybe waste a little time, but they're not going to do that. A miss down low from Colby Stewart deflected out of play. And Brownsville to get it back. Down 10 at 38-28. Xavier, check that. That's Jaden Praster back across. Over to Judene in the corner. Now Praster again. Those two play catch. Judene on it right now. Praster again on the far wing, working off to his right. Frazier extending the 2-3 zone and forcing a turnover. Errant pass going right to Trey Whitehead. He looked for a home run ball down to Dalen McManus. Deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Brownsville going out. It'll be Frazier basketball. Now the Commodores will get Trey Whitehead here to trigger it in. We go back in the corner to McManus. On the wing to Conlon Higbee. Up top now to Whitehead. Out in front to Stewart. That'll turn and shoot. Patterson another block. And Patterson listed at only 5'11", showing great hops. Going up there against 6'4" Colby Stewart. And again, Frazier keeping possession. Trey Whitehead to trigger it in. Down low. Repositioning. And getting the two to go. Dalen McManus. McManus 4 here in the fourth, 14 for the game. Frazier now up 12 at 40-28. Brownsville coming back. Patterson out in front of miss. Rebound pulled down by Frazier's Brant Alexson again. Off and across to Colby Stewart. Stewart some operating room. Touch from Higbee. Down low again to Stewart. Had it poked away on the shot attempt. Preston Rosado coming back here for the Falcons. And Rosado, was that a carry? Yes, it was. And it'll be Frazier basketball again, down to 5:02 now left here in the fourth. 12-point lead for the Commodores over the Brownsville Falcons, and a carry called there on Dalen McManus in the backcourt. I think he thought about a long outlet pass down the court. I thought better of it, tried to pull back, and it was a walk. Now Brownsville triggering it in again. There's Cameron Phillips, contact up top, and another foul call. Get a push call there on Higbee. And the Falcons will trigger it in. Maxime Judene into Jaden Praster. Patterson a touch, sending it off on the drive. That shot spinning out there from Cameron Phillips. Hard luck shot there from Phillips. Then Patterson fouling Trey Whitehead in the backcourt. 9 shooting. I think it's a first team foul on the Falcons here in the fourth quarter. 4:42 left in regulation. Lead at 12 for Frazier. Now they're looking for a home run ball down to Colby Stewart. Stewart corrals it in, pulls it back again to Trey Whitehead. Whitehead dancing off to his right, switching back here. Dalen McManus out in front to Stewart again, and they're going to call a charge. I don't think Jaden Praster had position. The Pat Lions saw it another way. And Brownsville get the basketball back now, and we'll get another substitution here. Preston Rosado checking in for Xavier Vargas. So 4:29 left here in the fourth. Praster back across to his left to Cameron Phillips. Now Praster again. Deep three, near side, good. Boy, did Brownsville need that as Praster swishes it in to give him 12 points for the game. And Brownsville back to within 9 now at 40-31, but the floater coming back. Good, Dalen McManus. McManus 4 here in the fourth. Check that, 6 here in the fourth, 16 for the game. Frazier now back up 13 at 44-31. Judene in the corner missing on a 3. Stewart another rebound there for Frazier, and he's going to foul Patterson after Patterson came over, looking to get the rebound back there for Brownsville. Be the 4th team foul on Frazier here in the fourth quarter. Oh, check that, the 5th. So it is a bonus situation here for Patterson, so he'll shoot 2 free throws. He's 1 of 2 from the free throw line so far in this game. Both of his free throw attempts back in the third quarter. 44-31, Frazier by 13 with 3:51 left here in the fourth. Patterson, first of 2 free throws, good. So Silas Patterson, 4 points, all here in the second half. And we're going to get a timeout taken here by Frazier. So Frazier 44, Brownsville 32, 3:51 left here in the fourth. Dr. Frazier Stokes of U.S. Digestive Health in Uniontown, your local specialist for GI and liver disorders, along with Drs. Calabrese, Hoppy, and Lorenz, remind you that a painless 30-minute colonoscopy every 10 years, beginning at age 45, could save your life. Good luck to all of our local hoops teams and best wishes from SWGI and U.S. Digestive Health. So we have 3:51 left here in the fourth quarter. Frazier 42, Brownsville 32. Again, our first of 2 here on the WMBS platforms here today. Coming up at 7 o'clock, the Geibel girls in action, looking for their 20th win of the season against Monessen. 6:15, Browns Insurance Group pregame show. 7 o'clock opening tip-off. Shea Fleener will join me for that game here on WMBS. Coming up tomorrow, boys high school basketball. Uniontown traveling to Laurel Highlands. Special hour-long Browns Insurance Group pregame show starting at 6:30. Opening tip there set for 7:30 tomorrow night. Uniontown and Laurel Highlands. And hard to believe the high school basketball regular season will end for us coming up on Friday. Laurel Highlands traveling to Penn Trafford. Uniontown hosting Franklin Regional will be our final 2 regular season high school basketball broadcasts this season. And we'll, of course, have plenty of action in the postseason as well. Don't know how much video we'll be able to do just due to the fact that NFHS has first right of refusal for video broadcast. We'll at least have radio broadcast for you as Patterson misses on the second of 2 free throws. But yeah, an offensive rebound and draining in the 3 there, Xavier Vargas. So Vargas's first points of the afternoon come from outside the 3-point arc and have Brownsville back to within 8 of Frazier, 42-34 with 3:37 left here in the fourth. And another quick foul called here on the other side. Should be just the second team foul on Brownsville here in the fourth quarter. I think they're checking on who the foul's on. Is that 5 on Patterson? I had him on the scoreboard. I only had him for 3 as well. Now Patterson's going to check out. No indication that he fouled out, but you have Pat Lyon still over there talking to the scorer's table. They're going to say it is his 4th foul. That's what I had him for as well. Scoreboard had him for 4. They made him exit. Rob Ramsey might wanted to have him check out anyway. I think they're still trying to confirm everything. And Bill Beaner indicating to me should have been 4 fouls. And that's what we had him for up here. That's what the scoreboard had him for, but they initially made Patterson exit, saying he fouled out. Pat Lyon still down there talking to the scorer's table, and he's going to bring over the rest of the crew here for a discussion. We have 3:37 left here in the 4th quarter. Frazier 42, Brownsville 34. And Frazier's Trey Whitehead will trigger it in once they get everything solved down there. Now I think they're set to go. And Whitehead will float it in out in front. And a miss from Brant Alexson, on the shot attempt, but kept alive there by Colby Stewart, who switches back there with McManus. Out to Stewart. 3 ball off the back iron. No good offensive rebound brought down there by Alexson, and he's fouled. So Alexson will have 2 free throws upcoming. This foul going on Brownsville's Xavier Vargas. Just the second on Vargas. First of 2 free throws good for Brant Alexson. So Alexson now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. It's Frazier 43, Brownsville 35. 3:23 left here in the 4th. Alexson second of 2 free throws on the way in, no good. Brownsville with the rebound, pulled down by Preston Rosado, down to Jaden Praster, drives back for the quick 2. So Praster now 6 here in the 4th, 14 for the game. Brownsville back to within 6, the 2-possession game at 43-37, 3:08 left here in the 4th. Deep 3, far wing for Frazier, crowd silencer there from Dalen McManus. McManus having a heck of an afternoon, 8 here in the 4th, 18 for the game. Just like that, Frazier back up 9 at 46-37 with 2:50 left here in the 4th. Preston Rosado sending it down low to Judene. Out again to Vargas, and a blocking foul called there on the Commodores, Dalen McManus. 3rd for McManus. And you'll have Vargas shooting 2, 5'4" junior guard, came in averaging 4 points a game. Only points of the afternoon, and made 3 earlier on this 4th quarter. Misses on the first of 2 free throw attempts here for Brownsville. Now the second of 2 free throws on the way in good for Xavier Vargas. So 4 4th quarter points for Vargas. And Brownsville back to within 8 of Frazier at 46-38 here on the C. Arparata Group High School Sports Day on WMBS and YouTube Live, along with the Triple Live High School Sports Network. Our live video stream today courtesy of Zen's Construction Warehouse and Uniontown Detailing. Our graphic sponsor today, South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott. Again, Brian Morozak with Carl Childs. More high school basketball action tonight on WMBS with the Geibel girls taking on Monessen at 7 o'clock. Sprouse Insurance Group pregame there starting at 6:15. Leading scorers so far this afternoon on the Frazier side, Dalen McManus with 18. Colby Stewart has scored 14, but is yet to score here in the 4th quarter. Jaden Praster with a big second half, facing the way for Brownsville with 13 points. So the Falcons trail by 8 at 46-38. Frazier and Brownsville each with just 1 timeout remaining. Again, Brownsville, a big game coming up tomorrow against Charleroi. They get a win over the Cougars. Actually, Tyshaw early for the fourth and final playoff spot in the conference, put themselves in a pretty good position to make the WPIAL playoffs, despite entering this game with a 4-14 overall record and 2-6 conference mark. Frazier also 4-15 overall, 2-10 in the conference. They've been eliminated from playoff contention, and a turnover there as Colby Stewart coughed it up going out of bounds. Of course, Brownsville head coach Rob Ramsey played his high school basketball at Geibel High School back in the day, early 2000s. And the Kiefers at Frazier, they've been around the block again. Served as football assistants for the Frazier football program, spent some time at Carlow University as well, coaching basketball. Driving on the inside finish there from Judene. 6 for Maxime Judene. 46-40 now. Brownsville again has cut this to a two-possession game with 2:15 to play. Frazier back on the inside, a lot of contact, and a charge call there on the Commodores. Coming in was Brad Alexson, and Alexson called for the charge. Some more life here for Brownsville, trying to mount a late comeback, down 6 with 2:12 left here in the fourth. He'll send it in to Jaden Praster. Off to Xavier Vargas. Now Praster again between the circles. 2:05 to play. Bounce pass near side. Stewart with a steal. 3-on-1 coming back. Colby Stewart fouled by the last man back there. Xavier Vargas. Probably a good foul, preventing an easy 2 there for the Commodores with 1:59 to play. And both teams over the limit the rest of the way. Actually, after the next foul, that was the 4th team foul against Brownsville. It was not a shooting foul. Right off the inbounds pass, Stewart out in front of miss, getting his own rebound back after a little tip. Reset back up top there to Alexson. Back to Trey Whitehead, 1:49 to play. Whitehead over to McManus. He's double team, has a seam, and a carry called there on McManus. And the second or third time we've seen that called here this afternoon. So the carry call giving Brownsville the basketball back. They're down 6 with 1:45 to play, and they'll roll it in to Jaden Praster. Back over to Vargas. Vargas here on the near wing directing traffic. Pivots back again to Praster. Watch there by Higbee. Now on the inside, coming right down the lane is Cameron Phillips. Shot attempt no good, but Phillips is fouled. So Phillips will have 2 free throws upcoming. He scored 7 points in this game. He's 2 for 2 from the foul line. Phillips first of 2 here. Brownsville down 6. And a whistle right before the shot and a technical foul call. Then we get McManus for the technical. Said something to Bill Beener. So now you'll have 4 shots for Brownsville, and they'll have the basketball. Just an awful technical. With your team up 6 and 1:31 to play. Now the whistle sounded right when Phillips was shooting the last free throw. It was no good. I thought they might give him another crack at it due to the fact the whistle sounded at the time, but they do not. So Phillips 1 for 2 from the foul line, and now Jaden Praster will shoot the next 2. First of 2 here, short for Praster. Praster now 3 of 7 from the free throw line for Brownsville. Falcons trail by 5. Second of 2 now from Praster, good. So Brownsville cutting it now to 4 at 46-42 Frazier with 1:31 left in the fourth, and Brownsville will still have the basketball. They huddle up on the far side, and McManus now has 4 fouls after the personal and the technical. Is still on the floor for the Commodores. Head coach Zach Kiefer certainly can't like what he saw with that technical that gives Brownsville aided life. They do correct the scoreboard. They gave Phillips that earlier make from the foul line that we thought was no good. They didn't put up on the scoreboard initially after the technical was called. So both free throws were good from Phillips, so it's 46-43 now Frazier over Brownsville with 1:21 to play. It will be Frazier ball after his last touch by Brownsville going out. McManus, who picked up that technical, will trigger it in. And he's going to go deep. And a foul called here away from the ball. It's going to go on Frazier. Offensive foul called there on Conlon Higbee. Higbee had contact there with Maxime Judene on the near side away from the ball. So Brownsville will get it back down 3. So buckle up here for the final 1:21. Brownsville making a game of it. And driving and missing there was Praster. Phillips had a shot at the offensive rebound. Just go ahead and haul it in. And Frazier able to pull it down there with Brant Alexson. Touch for McManus. Brought across and settled down there by Conlon Higbee. A little cross court near side of Trey Whitehead as we go under a minute left here in the fourth quarter. Frazier the basketball up 3, and now a foul called here on the Falcons. Blocking foul called here on Brownsville. So this will send Frazier to the free throw line to shoot 2. It'll be Trey Whitehead, who's 1 of 2 from the free throw line so far in this game, shooting 2. Opportunity to make it a 2-possession game again. First of 2 free throws good for Trey Whitehead. So 3 points. Check that, 2 points in this game now for Whitehead. Could make it 3 with a make here at the foul line. Whitehead 2nd of 2. Good again. So Whitehead 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Frazier back up 5 at 48-43. Floating one coming back and getting it to go. Maxime Judene. And Judene now with 8. And Brownsville will take their final timeout. Down 3 at 48-45. Again, our live video stream, courtesy of Zen's Construction Warehouse and Uniontown Detailing. Our video stream sponsor here today, South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott and Brian Morozak, along with Carl Childs. High school basketball on a Monday afternoon here on WMBS. It's been a good one, tight most of the way. Frazier did open up a double-digit lead over Brownsville, going on an 11-0 run to start the third quarter, but Brownsville's fought their way back here in the fourth. It was 9-8 Frazier after 1. Commodores led 19-18 at halftime, but Frazier outscored Brownsville 17-9 in the third quarter to take a 36-27 lead. But Brownsville now back to within 3, down 48-45 with 48 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And who knows, you get a late 3, you might be looking at overtime basketball. You never know. There will be Frazier basketball here. They'll have McManus triggering it in. He'll go in short to Alexson, back to McManus. He's double teamed, in a little bit of trouble. Frazier does have 1 timeout left, and they will take it. That'll be their final timeout as well. So both teams, no more options from the bench. Smile there from the head coach, or assistant coach, Tim Kiefer. As the officials tell assistant coach, or head coach, Zach Kiefer, that, hey, they're spent as far as timeouts go as well. So both teams out of timeout options the rest of the way. And this could come down to free throws here late. Frazier was victorious last time out, knocked off California in overtime on Friday, 66-58. That actually snapped a 6-game Commodores losing streak. Brownsville coming in, they had lost 5 of their last 6, only win during that stretch, a 56-40 win over Mount Pleasant back on January the 28th. They fell to Ligonier Valley on Friday, 75-65. But again, they have a big game coming up against Charleroi tomorrow. We'll also travel to Southmoreland on Friday and wrap up the regular season a week from today at Jefferson Morgan in a non-conference game. Frazier the rest of the way. They'll host Springdale, their final home game tomorrow, and then travel to Bentworth coming up on Friday. But again, no playoffs this year for the Frazier Commodores. Frazier was in the WPIAL playoffs last year, Lost in the first round to Greensburg Central Catholic, 57-22. It's been 2 years since Brownsville's been to the postseason when they lost to Shadyside Academy at Fox Chapel back in 2023. So Frazier with the basketball here, leading by 3, 35 seconds left. McManus with it on the far side, trying to go cross-court near side. We'll get a foul called on Brownsville's Xavier Vargas. And Frazier will be shooting free throws here with Dalen McManus. McManus having a heck of a game with 18 points. Scored so far. Will miss on his first of 2 free throw attempts here. 31.3 left. McManus now a second of 2. Again, no good. So the offensive rebound put back up and in. So Colby Stewart finding the offensive rebound and connecting there for Frazier to give the Commodores a 5-point lead, and then Brownsville called for the travel. Preston Rosado called there for the walk. And that hurts if you're the Falcons. Now down 5 with 23 seconds left in regulation. Off the inbounds pass, 2-on-1 coming back here for Frazier. They're just going to pull it back on the outside. They're probably a smart move. Up 5, and Stewart now fouled here in front of the Frazier bench with 15 seconds left. So Brownsville mounting a good comeback here in the fourth quarter, but the way things are going now might be coming up short. Stewart back to the free throw line. He scored 16 points in this game. First of 2 here, no good. With a lead at 5, so it's still a 2-possession game with 15.8 seconds left. And remember, both teams out of timeouts. So if Brownsville gets a make, they can't stop the clock. If that make occurs under 5 seconds left, time would just expire. Stewart makes the second free throw to give him 17 points for the game. Now Brownsville, 13 seconds left. Judene out of his own zone. Ball was kicked there by Frazier. 9 seconds left. Brownsville retains possession here in the Frazier zone. And it will be Xavier Vargas to work it in. Vargas trying to go in short. Aaron pass. Trey Whitehead finds it. Outlet pass, and that'll do it. Basket there from Conlon Higbee. 53-45 Brownsville at the buzzer. A missed 3 from Xavier Vargas. So a competitive game here this afternoon finds Frazier knocking off Brownsville by a score of 53-45. Stay tuned for our post-game show being brought to you by Farmana Pharmacy, formerly Peachin Pharmacy, now located on Route 119 between Uniontown and Connellsville near the Fayette County Fairgrounds. Farmana Pharmacy. So we'll take a look at our final scoring recap as well, which of course is always being brought to you by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Again, 53-45, Frazier over Brownsville. We'll start on the Brownsville side where Maxime Judene finishes with 8 points. Xavier Vargas with 4. Jaden Praster with 14. Caden Wimmer with 5. Cameron Phillips with 9. And Silas Patterson with 4. Brownsville with 8 in the first, 10 in the second for 18 at halftime. 9 in the third for 27 after 3, and 18 in the fourth for 45 for the game. On the Frazier side, Colby Stewart finishes with 17. Dalen McManus with 18. Trey Whitehead with 3. Brant Alexson with 2. Conlon Higbee with 10. And Dylan Krukowski with 2. For Frazier, they end up with 9 in the first, 10 in the second for 19 at halftime. 17 in the third for 36 after 3. And also score 17 in the fourth quarter for 53 for the game. So 53-45 your final score. Frazier over Brownsville here this afternoon. Now, time for our player of the game, being brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Jason Scott, working hard for the residents of South Union Township. We'll pick a player of the game on each side. For the Frazier side, I like the hustle all afternoon long of Colby Stewart, the freshman, scoring 17 points for the Frazier Commodores this afternoon. On the Brownsville side, Jaden Praster, the only Falcon in double figures with 14. Actually came into the game averaging 14 points a game and finishes with 14 here today. So 53-45, your final score. Frazier improves to 5-15 overall. The loss drops Brownsville to 4-15. Again, Brownsville will take on Charleroi tomorrow, a game that could end up determining whether the Falcons are in the WPIAL playoffs. They pick up a win there, they'll actually tie Charleroi for the fourth and final playoff spot in the conference. Frazier tomorrow playing their final home game against Springdale. So again, your final score here today, Frazier 53 and Brownsville 45. I have to thank Carl Childs behind the camera. This is Brian Morozak. Have yourselves a pleasant good afternoon. I'll talk to you later on tonight when the Geibel girls take on Menneson. And Shea Fleener will join me for that game with our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show starting at 6:15. Opening tip-off set for 7 o'clock. Again, your final score, Frazier 53, Brownsville 45. Saw everybody this afternoon from Brownsville High School.